Hi there, Aries. This is Cindy from the New Moon Tarot, and this is a general love reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aries for this upcoming week. This one doesn't resonate so much. Go ahead and check out your natal chart and my other readings, specifically your Moon, which is emotions, and Venus, which is how you show up in relationships. You might want to do that anyway, since there are probably messages there for you. If you would like a reading of your own, you can find all of my info down below. I am doing 3 questions for $30. Now let's get started with the overall energy between you and your person. Okay, so what is the overall energy, cards from another deck, between you and your person? What is the overall energy? Okay. Oof. We've got the 7 of Swords. Lying, cheating, stealing, sneaky, shady behavior card. That is an ominous beginning. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. We've got the Death card in reverse. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius specifically, but it can also be you. It can also be Leo. We have the Star in reverse and the High Priestess. All right, let's do some talking about that. So the bottom of the deck here is the 4 of Cups, which is one of those cards about trying to figure something out. I don't know what opportunity to choose. I'm not really sure what I want. I'm not sure what would make me happy. And this is the shared energy here. We have the Star in reverse, Aquarius. I feel almost like there's something here that you gave up on or they gave up on. You're feeling like it's not going to work, but like I'm not really sure what to do about it, or I'm not sure how to handle this. The Star is one of those cards about like healing and hope in the upright. In the reverse, like you have it here in this reading, not so much. Probably because of that 7 of Swords. It's someone being a little bit shady. The most generous interpretation of that particular card can be saying that someone has an agenda. They have a strategy of some sorts, which can, not always be a bad thing. But I'm leaning more towards maybe this person's kind of a liar, because it showed up with the High Priestess, major for Pisces. She can be very secretive, very quiet. And sometimes you need to look at the dual or sometimes triple meanings of cards. This is also a card about intuition, about looking within. If you look closely at that card, you can see that she has eyes on top of her eyelids. It's like your inner eye, the inner knowing. Maybe your inner knowing is speaking to you. Maybe your intuition told you something was up with this person, or you're trying to connect with your intuition. We've got the Death card in reverse. That is a Scorpio card. And death is always about change. It's a big shift in your life. It's a major arcana, so it's a big energy. It's, moving in a different direction than you have in before. But in the reverse, it's like blocked. I'm not allowing myself to change. I'm not allowing myself to accept the way that this is going. I'm not allowing myself to correct maybe this issue. And I wonder if that's all tied to this Knight of Wands. If this isn't you, it could also represent this person. Ideally, you want to be with a king or a queen, someone who is mature and settled and able to be an equal in a relationship. Unfortunately, the Knight of Wands is not that kind of a person. They're fun, they're exciting, they're charming, but they're kind of in and out of situations. Maybe this person is younger than you or just less mature than you. Perhaps this is you trying to move forward and get out of this and maybe find your excitement, find your reason for living. I think of Wands energy as very activating and motivating. It's like getting your life back, getting your spark back. All right, let's take a closer look at this person. The heavy breathing is my dog, it's not me. All right. So tell me about this person. We've got the Five of Wands. Hold on. Five of Wands is a conflict card. There could have been a lot of conflict between the two of you. Sometimes it's internal conflict. That's also a card about rivals. There's that Knight of Wands again. So if this is you, you're definitely in this person's energy. I would also say the Knight of Wands has the tendency to be kind of like an F-boy, F-girl kind of a vibe. And I say that with someone who has a moon in Sagittarius. All right. We'll check out what fell out. We've got the Strength card in reverse here. We've got the Tower. Dun, dun, dun. Let's put a pin in that. We have the Ace of Wands and we have the Four of Cups. Oh, this person's about to learn some lessons. All right. Let's do one more. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. My goodness, that's a lot to unpack. We've got the Four of Cups that popped up again, as well as this Knight of Wands. Anytime I do a reading, I look for reoccurring cards and themes. So I think this person has been indecisive. You may be feeling indecisive as well, because it's hard to figure out what to do whenever someone else is wishy-washy. So maybe there's a lot of indecisiveness here. There could have been romantic rivals here. That Five of Wands is sometimes like battling it out. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. It's also Capricorn and Taurus. So there could have been another person here. Another interpretation, since this is a reading for the collective, Knight of Pentacles is slow. Like, get it together. They're very much about crossing T's and dotting I's, and let's check the Yelp review, and maybe we should make a contingency plan. This person could be very moving like slowly towards you, and that was an issue in this connection. And I think it's connected to this Strength card in reverse. Leo energy. Strength in reverse is someone who's a fraidy cat, cowardly lion. It can be someone with a lack of confidence. It can also be someone who's just plain scared. And they're showing up here as kind of immature as a knight. That may be part of the issue, like commitment or relationships scare them. And then we got that Ace of Wands. That is a new beginning. It's a fresh start. I don't know that this is completely over with this person. And keep in mind when I say this, like, we all have free will. We have decisions that we can make, opportunities that we have. You can say yes or no to those opportunities. But I do think if you would like this opportunity, it's going to swing back around. And I'm saying that because we've got the Tower here, Scorpio energy. This is destiny. This is karma. This is someone learning a lesson the hard way. It's showing up with the World, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo energy there. The World is about becoming more worldly, learning our lessons. I think this person's maybe in the process of becoming a king or a queen versus a knight. They're growing up. And by the way, you can, be 40 and still be immature. Maturity is definitely based on just who you are as a person, the lessons that you've allowed yourself to take on. And I just feel like this person, there's a little bit of karma coming for this person. I think they may have squandered this opportunity. It all depends on you. I think maybe you pulled away here, or you're in the process of pulling away, or you want to pull away. They can feel it. And I think the irony of that Ace of Wands, this may have started really like fast. There may have been like one hell of an attraction between you and this person. I won't lie, the Knight of Wands is fun. Like super charming, super seductive. So I totally get that. But I think this person is trying to figure out who they are and what they want, and it's not all going to be, you know, like cookies and puppies here. It's going to be a difficult life lesson. It's going to be, maybe they won't have the opportunities that they once had. Maybe they missed out on something special. Maybe they had to hurt in this process. All right, let's do what you don't see coming, as well as a couple of oracle cards. I'm also getting kind of like a Saturn return vibe that is striking me here. That Knight of Pentacles, it feels kind of Capricorny and Saturn. You have that first return around the age of like 30, like, you know, 28, 29, 31. Just depends on what your Saturn's in and when it comes back around. That's definitely out there for somebody. Saturn returns are no fun, but they are illuminating. You have your second one at 60-ish. All right, let's do what you don't see coming here. Why is that wet? Ew. All right. We have the sun. Sun is Leo energy. Somebody is definitely dealing with a Leo here. There's been Leo energy all over this. The sun is enlightenment. It's like shining a light on a situation. It's sunlight is the best disinfectant. It's also about joy and happiness. Maybe like life has been kind of crappy lately and things are looking up. So kind of take that for your particular situation. Let's do a couple of oracle cards. I like that her hair is kind of a flower, maybe a cloud. Okay. We have a shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. See, doesn't that feel very Saturn returny? Karma, embracing your shadow self. For some of you, this could even be like dealing with a karmic partner. I don't want to chase anymore. And that could be part of that night energy as well. Like some people do a lot of chasing. Maybe this person would chase you and catch you and then like it would fall off and that like the thrill was in the chase. Maybe you're tired of chasing them around and you want them to kind of make a decision and figure out what the hell they want. Okay. With habits, I don't know if we will ever change. And I do think this person is going through some painful change, and that's okay. That's kind of what we're here to do. Learn and evolve. And I think this person is getting themselves together. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss out. If you would like a reading of your own, you can find that down below. I am doing 3 questions for 30. And blessed be.